Hey everyone, it's motorcycling season here in Michigan, and I'm getting ready to go on a little road trip up to the Leelanau Peninsula. The Leelanau has some of the most scenic rides here in West Michigan along the lakeshore, including the iconic M22 stretch between Manistee and Frankfort, Michigan. I'm heading out tomorrow, but in this little preview, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my trip, the charging strategy, and a little bit about the motorcycle and the gear that I carry. My destination for tomorrow is Frankfort, Michigan, which is an excellent jumping off point for the Leelanau Peninsula, which includes things like the Sleeping Bear Dunes, Glen Arbor, and Northport, and then swinging back down towards Traverse City. And also Frankfort South is the iconic stretch of M22. You've probably seen those little stickers on cars around here in Michigan, down to Manistee, including the Arcadia Inspiration Point overlook. Now, just south of Frankfort in the little town of Alberta is a little place called Wayfarer Lodgings. It's a couple little cabins, perfect little efficiencies, and the key point is they have some EV chargers. They have a Tesla destination charger and a Clipper Creek J1772. So it should be good to go for the motorcycles, and I'm meeting up with some friends, so there should be enough juice to go around for everybody and the other guests. It's also electric forest time here in West Michigan in the town of Rothbury. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Electric Forest. You'll see it's a huge music festival. And while I certainly want those folks to have fun, the traffic associated with that can be a nightmare. So my goal is to not go up US 31 or Oceana Drive, but hug the lakeshore, which I'm pretty cool with that anyway, because those are some epic scenic rides. The straight shot up to Wayfarer Lodgings is right around 120 miles. But with some of my detours, it's probably going to be closer to 130, 140, which is right at the edge of what my Zero SRS can handle range-wise. Not to worry, there are a couple of places that I'd like to go along the way. Manistee has some excellent charging options. 20, 30-minute charge should be enough just to give me enough of a safety factor to feel comfortable so I can buzz up comfortably onto M22. You know me, I'm always down for a coffee stop. So I apologize for the lighting, but I had to film this in my closed garage. There's some building demolition going on next to my house, and they're jackhammering away, so I didn't want to do this outdoors. But I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of my bike and some of the storage. If you watch my 2024 Electrics at the Dragon video series, you know that there's an intro that goes over some of the details here. I'll go over that again real quick. If this isn't your thing and you're just looking forward to the road trip, then I'd say skip ahead. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified of all of the little segments that I'm going to be going on. I might even be doing some short videos. So if that's more your thing, I'll see you next time. Otherwise, stick around for the quick walk around of the bike. So the fundamentals here, this is a 2022 Zero SRS. Oh, the fans just kicked on. With the 15.6 plus battery, also known as the 17.3. This bike is unlocked. I'm doing some charging right now off of solar, which I've been storing here in my EcoFlows. So I took the opportunity to charge a little bit while I'm doing the walk around. So the SRS is the fully fared version of Zero's sport bike. I do have the touring windscreen and a laminar lip up here to give me more of a bubble while riding, a little more protection from the rain. As far as storage, because I do have the additional charge tank, that means that most of this space under here, which normally is a storage compartment, that's now relatively flat with not much space in there. I use a tank bag. This gives me access to some of my sundries. This is a generic Tourmaster bag. Now you can't use the magnetics because this is not metal right here. So it's just held in place by a strap, which is loosened right now. Couple straps up here on the handlebars. So I keep things in here like my power bank, my National Parks Pass, headlamps and tools, some things for my camera. Here's my Insta360. And the nice thing about this is I can unbuckle this quickly, take it with me so I can charge my stuff, keep stuff secure while I go into a coffee shop. Then I have the Shad side cases. These are quick release, so they'll just pop off. I can take them in with me as luggage. The one on the right here, I keep my extra riding gear. Here's another layer. There's rain gear in here, rain boots, extra gloves. Also my 12-volt heated gear. I'm not going to take all this apart right now, but basically it's all riding gear. This side just has some extras like This is the over jacket. I'm just going to be wearing my mesh tomorrow. Here's some electronics and things like that. Cables for my camera. This is a cover for the motorcycle so I can cover it up at night. There's the drone. And I can probably stuff a few more things in here. If I stop for some groceries, I can put those in here. The top case has a lot of charging gear and tools. So there's some locking cables, there are tools, some extra clamps for the camera, the Dynaplug system, which is a tire plug system and compressor. Here's a charge cable and some bungee cords, hat, towel, and I usually keep an information sheet for the motorcycle itself. I also carry a spare belt. The belt on this motorcycle is the one thing that can break and leave you stranded. So I have the tools and a spare belt. So I don't normally travel with this, but this is a Reax waterproof duffel bag. So this is where my clothing goes and other things that I want to keep protected from the rain that don't fit anywhere else. And I almost always carry stuff to make coffee, of course. My favorite happens to be an AeroPress, very simple, and I can boil water just about anywhere. For this trip, I am not going to bring any kind of stove or water heating since I'm going to be in a cabin that has that kind of capability. For camping trips, I would normally put a tent and a sleeping bag up here, also in waterproof bags. But for this trip, again, I don't need that. So I just brought my Leelanau folding chair, so someplace to sit for the campfire. That's a quick overview of the bike. So I have a few more things that I need to get packed and sorted out before I head out on the road tomorrow. So stick around tomorrow. Again, please subscribe, like if you're interested in this sort of thing. And tomorrow, we'll hit the road. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the road tomorrow.